Hello everybody, my name's Dave. Thanks for joining me on the channel, and today we're going to be doing an aerial swap. On my car I have one of these and they break. I was speaking to a chap at work. He had one of those fitted to his car, another brand new one in a pack in the back. He said he was on a canning stock route, he snapped his aerial in half, so he put his new one on and that lasted an hour before that snapped in half. So they're obviously no good for corrugations and rough roads. So I'm going to mount some kit I got from work, which is a let me get in a better light. Is a 7 dB pole and a 4 dB pole, which are interchangeable. Okay, so the worst thing about this whole entire job is that I have to remove part of the dash, and I hate doing that. But that means I've got to drop the centre down. I've then got to disconnect this, drop this down, and you can see it goes in through the top there out to the handset, so that'll get fixed. I'll probably cut a hole in here and put it in there, so I can just plug straight into it. Okay, so because dropping the centre of the dash involves moving the gear lever, which is basically half the handbrake, I'll need to put chocks under the back wheels. The only issue is that in my garage here, oh, there they are. I had no idea where I'd put the chocks. Here they go. That's one. And that's two. Let's check them out, make sure they work. Yep, they're holding the car nicely. Pretty certain there's another couple of screws in here though. Ah, there is, yes. So this is the dash off. My radio is located behind there. If I've got the space I might locate it onto the front here, but otherwise I'm going to have to cut that and disconnect this. Okay, it looks like I'm going to have to take the glove box off because it goes up behind there. So that's going to have to come off. I think it's two screws down here. Okay, so I've got the old aerial off. The new aerial mount is fitted, and I've started to rerun the cable into there. I've run it down the back of the airbox here and along the aircon pipe through the back of the battery, and now I've got to feed it into the firewall down there. So I've successfully fed it through the firewall. All I got to do now is find the cable end in here somewhere. It's got to be in here somewhere. I might get a torch. It's important that when you're pulling this cable through, you mustn't kink it. Coaxial does not like being kinked. And that's what aerial cable is, coaxial. So if I was to pull that tight now, I'd kink that. So you've got to make sure that that gets through properly. So a means to an end here, and what I mean by that is it doesn't matter how we get this through the centre console, as long as it gets through and it's hidden. So I'm just going to feed it through and hope I can feel it at the other side when I get around there. I've quite sounds like it's through. Just going to try and find it in here without having to take this side thing off. The problem is I've got lots of cable in here, and that's the problem. So what I could do potentially is I could feed this through, grab hold of the cable with that, if I can get it through. Have a look. And then pull the cable back through with it. Now I've got it here. So if I pull this cable out, so it looks like I might be buying a new aerial, a new radio, sorry, because the handset doesn't have a RJ45 plug on it, it's hardwired in. So I can't use the socket, which is a shame. But anyway, it is what it is. I'll maybe buy a new radio. We'll see how it goes. What I'm doing now is I'm trying to tidy up the cables under here. They're a bit of a mess. There's cables everywhere, so I'm tidying them up. Once I've done that, the radio seems to work, but because it's public holiday, I guess there's not many people around, and I'm having trouble finding anybody to do a radio check with. But if somebody comes up on the scan, I'll do a radio check. Excuse me, mate, sorry to interrupt. Could I get a radio check, please?
Oh, dear, shut the fuck up.
Well, I guess you all heard the bubonic moron I just got on the radio and asking for a radio check. Told me to F off. So, but what he didn't realise was, in doing that, he's just given me a radio check because I read him loud and clear, and he obviously heard me. So, thanks, mate. Anyway, thanks for your professionalism on the radio. It's really nice to see somebody who knows how to use the radio properly. I'm not overly happy, but it's on. Center console's in. Put the microphone back. Okay, I think I'm done. I've got my new aerial on. That's the 7 dB. The 4 dB sitting down there. There's the bag and the blanking plate and the old aerial. Dashboard's back together and everything. Radio works. So I think I'm done.